Hello, this is Tanner Stokes,
Stephen Geico.
And Cole Mulkey.
and we are Déjà Brew, and we are giving you an engineering perspective on the design of coffee. Here before you is a process flow diagram. You can see that our raw materials are cold water and green beans. After roasting the green beans and letting them degas, we grind them. Then we heat up the water, brew them, and out of that we get a product of coffee, 1 liter, and spent grounds and some gases and chaff that are our waste products. The type of roast that we chose to use was the origin of El Salvador, and we roasted it to a city plus to a full city using a popcorn popper.
When roasting our beans, we decided to only heat up 2/3 of the water in order to save energy. This allowed us to save upwards of almost 0.04 kilowatt hours, increasing our energy to coffee taste ratio. Along with that, we used the popcorn popper instead of the Nesco roaster, which saved nearly half as much energy and roasted the beans in only 4.5 minutes. When roasting, our ideal coffee was in the upper right hand corner of the diagram you see there in the ideal green square. We ended up with a TDS of about 1.35 and a R brew of about 18, which placed us pretty close to the bitter area. Ideally, we want it a little bit less bitter, but it's better to be up in that area because we believe that that was the more full and more well-rounded taste.
Tasting summary. So our city roast was a well-rounded flavor, and it was pretty even. It wasn't on any extremes. Our strengths, we had some pretty strong flavors. The aftertaste was pretty nice, and our brew was pretty full-bodied. The only weakness I think we had was the fragrance wasn't very strong. And future design. So for the most part, we were going to stay the same. The bean origin, which was great with the medium roast. The roast level was saved energy. The only changes we do are maybe changing the R brew to roughly 17. That would create more robust flavors and give us a less bitter tasting coffee. Another thing we might do is increase the green beans roasted to decrease the energy usage per bean. The only downside is that requires shaking the popcorn popper for more even roasting.